According to a report from the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC), the federal government has incurred a total electricity tariff subsidy of 1.94 trillion naira as of 2024 to cover the shortfall between the cost-reflective tariffs and the actual tariffs approved for customers. NERC reported that tariff subsidy stood at 610 billion naira in 2023. The figure rose following the removal of fuel subsidies and the floating of the naira by President Bola Tinubu in June 2024, leading to high inflation rates. In the face of the rising cost of electricity, the federal government had earlier ordered a freeze in customer tariffs at December 2022 levels. Government undertook to fund the gap through tariff shortfall provisions. Despite a sharp rise in cost-reflective tariffs driven by foreign exchange volatility and other macroeconomic pressures, the freeze was sustained. NERC explained that in the first quarter of 2024, the subsidy obligation increased by over 300% to 633 billion naira compared to the quarterly average of 157 billion naira in 2023. According to the report, following the review of tariffs for Band A customers who account for about 40% of the total energy consumers, it reduced the quarterly subsidy to 380 billion naira in the second quarter. But the federal government's directive to freeze all customer rates at July levels for the remainder of the year led to a renewed increase in subsidy obligations. The Commission reports that the federal government has paid only 371.34 million naira out of the 1.94 trillion naira subsidy obligation for 2024. Now, subsidies are usually paid to power generation companies whose debt has in turn risen to 5 trillion naira. These increasing debts have resulted in the government's inability to keep up with subsidy payments, with the 371.34 million naira constituting a paltry 0.019% of the total subsidy debt. It's a pretty heavy burden, and government will most likely transfer the bulk of it to consumers, resulting in a very sharp rise in electricity tariffs. Charles Eruka, Arise News.